I think it's good for us to know that we're picked to win. We've been playing really good, but if we don't have a good tournament, we can easily be beaten. Missouri State, they have two really good players, and if they're in a good week, we all need to be on top of our game. So it's not like, just we're picked to win. We go there and just play normal mediocre golf. We've got to play as any other tournaments that we played all year and play good. It's still very important, even though we're probably into regionals already. We need to win it. We want to win it. So prepare just as another tournament and set goals on scores. Maybe even if we're up or if we're down, but if we're up, set goals on scores. Don't let we have a good concussion, just don't play very good. Set scores and set a goal to what do you want to do and what do you want to shoot, and try to reach that goal. It's all part of working and practicing. This spring I had a very bad start, and I got called into coach's office, and I said, you got to get your stuff together, and I just started practicing a lot more. And I think it's all the practice that we've been doing. The whole team has been practicing a lot more, and we're a lot more focused on our goals and trying to get to nationals.
We had a weekend where we were everywhere last week. We were in California with some kids, we were in Kansas with some kids, and then we were in Arkansas with a few athletes. Probably the headlining of the weekend was out in California with Alafine Chilimac running 15:26, one of the top 20 times in the history of NCAA track and field. Just an incredible run. She's obviously ranked one of the top girls in the nation. A school record, Missouri Valley record by a ton, and she's obviously running at a really high level. That was the highlight of the weekend. But we had a lot of other highlights. Todd McCown ran 13:69 and won the Olympic development hurdle race at Mount Sac Relays in California, and Lawson Montgomery was right behind him in third. And then Tomas Cotter ran really well in the steeplechase, another really good run. And our guys won the shuttle hurdles, which was exciting for them to win the Mount Sac Relay shuttle hurdle, to show how strong our group is in the hurdles. At the Kansas Relays, we had a good meet. We didn't compete everybody in all the events. We've kind of taken a lighter week. We've been working hard. We've been competing in a lot of events, and we thought that we should take a little bit lighter of a week. But we still had a great meet. We had some terrific individual performances and some relays that ran really well. Alafine, her 15:26, just so people realize, that's 4:58 a mile, 4:58 pace per mile for 3.1 miles. She's running at an incredibly high level. She's probably running at a level that is as good as anyone in our school's history and anyone in the Missouri Valley's history. And she's only a junior. And she is just a wonderful athlete, and the great thing is she's going to be running here 2 out of the next 3 weeks. And so people should take the opportunity to come and see Alafine, because you don't see a runner like that come around very often. McCown is running just great. He's a senior. He's always been a guy that has competed at a high level since he came here as a freshman from Valley Center. And this year, he's just had a terrific consistency at a high level. I think he's ranked 11th in the country in the hurdles right now. And he's had, sights set on NCAA championships and qualifying, and also trying to get to the Olympic trials. And him and Lawson Montgomery are just, good friends. They're training partners. They are really helpful to each other, and they pushed each other to these levels. And without the other, one wouldn't have gotten to where they are. So they've really been able to help each other and get to new levels for both of them. Tanya is having a great junior year, and she qualified for the NCAA championships last year, but she's on the bubble right now. She'll probably have to score a little bit higher in the heptathlon, but she's had terrific events in the hurdles and in the long jump and in the high jump, and she's rounding into form at the right time. It appears she's going to have a great Missouri Valley meet.
I went to KU Relays. I competed in hurdles and the long jump. My hurdle race was good. I finally broke 14 seconds for the first time this year, and that's really exciting, knowing that conference is coming up. And long jump went okay, not as well as I would have liked, but I still placed fifth, so overall it was a good meet.
Ended up doing, I PR'd in the 110 hurdles, ran a 13:69, and that's good to begin with. And then ended up winning the event, the Olympic development, and then Lawson ended up getting third with the 13:77, which was also a PR, especially since we ran it with a .5 win, and that's, like I said, probably one of the least amount of wins we've ever had in a hurdle race. But and then ended up running a 21:45 and 200, which was another season's best, and it put me, I think, tied for third in conference. And with the 200, it all just comes down to the end of the season anyway. So it was good.
The Shockers have actually got some wins in the win column, and in the last 2 weeks actually have a positive winning percentage. So definitely turned around things here in the last couple of weeks. Had a sweep of Evansville 2 weekends ago and played real well. We only gave up 1 earned run in 3 games, and split a series with Missouri State last Wednesday. Katie pitched a great game, but unfortunately lost. She gave up 1 hit, and we lost 1-0, and we squandered a couple chances to score that game and couldn't really get anything together, but rebounded in that second game, won 5-1, and went down to Indiana State. Unfortunately, we lost 2 out of 3, but we picked up 1 big win, which hopefully will push us towards a good week this week and give us a chance to make that tournament. We knew that we had to make some adjustments with the pitching, and Katie, Sloan, and Catherine, really did a good job of doing a better job of keeping the ball down, getting ahead in the count, really minimizing the number of pitches that they threw. I think that was something huge I noticed in the games against Evansville and the game against Missouri State, is the number of pitches we threw were a lot less than what we had been doing in the past.
We're actually going into it with a lot of confidence because we really have nothing to lose. Basically, if we make it to conference tournament, we could upset a lot of people. So we're just trying to stay calm.
It comes down to these 7 games, like you said. We need to win 4 at least, in my opinion, to make it into the conference tournament and to at least seal the deal, I think, for us. And so that Bradley series is crucial. They're down at the bottom with us. I think they have 7 wins, we have 5, and if we can flip-flop and they go with 8 and keep their 7, or we go with 8 and they keep their 7, then that's going to be huge, for us to go into the Drake weekend with a little bit of a cushion and maybe be in front of them. But they're a pretty solid team all around. They're not stellar at anything. Their pitchers got an ERA of 2.59, and she's done a pretty decent job for them, pitches the majority of their games. And they've got some decent hitters. I think more than anything, we just have to make sure we continue to play our game and, focus on things 1 pitch at a time, 1 game at a time. And, the big one today is for us is the Pink game tonight is, we need to win that game and move forward from that. If we don't win tonight, then we got to be ready to go this weekend because they're going to be crucial games for us.
Drake coming in as the number 2 team in the conference coming into that match, and we really just all 3 double spots, all 6 single spots, played really well, played with just great focus and energy and heart from start to finish. And Lucy was the only match score-wise that was close. There was certainly a lot of good tennis and a lot of good points throughout the match against Drake. And then for Lucy she wasn't playing her best tennis, but for her to find a way to beat a good player, a good senior from Drake was a good win for her, for us to win the match 7-0. And then against Northern Iowa, they've had definitely a lot of close losses this year, and you could tell their confidence was down coming into the match. They just lost to Creighton for the first time in a while. So they didn't challenge us as much as I thought they were going to, but at the same time credit our girls with playing well and not giving them the opportunity to get into the matches and to challenge us. So that was a little bit, they were struggling a little bit, but we're certainly playing well and continue to do so. Yeah, it's that's our goal every year. Number 1 goal is to win the conference regular season and postseason. So like I said, with Drake coming in with a chance to tie us, that was a big match for us, and really, throughout the year, we get every team's best shot. We've had, even though the scores have been lopsided more or less within the conference this year, Illinois State, Southern Illinois, Evansville, we dropped the doubles point. They were all very competitive matches. So, even though we won those 7-0 or 6-1, they were, it took a great focus and effort day in and day out because all those teams were playing well when they challenged us, and we rose to the challenge each time. She kind of has gotten on a roll like a lot of our singles players have, and certainly she was very deserving. She went 4-0, won both her doubles last weekend and both her singles, and I think all 4 matches were very quick, and she played really well and won pretty easily, so she's very deserving. I think it was the first time she'd been named Player of the Week, so definitely proud of her and happy for her to win that award.